Hey guys, Prowl1701 here, and today we're continuing our ranking of the Skywalker Saga with number 5. I've got my Ultra Sabers Dark Prophecy here with me. If you are new to my channel, the Ultra Sabers Dark Prophecy is one of my favorite lightsaber replicas. Check it out on ultrasabers.com. It's fantastic. Now, continuing in the saga, places 9, 8, and 7 were, of course, all taken up by the sequel trilogy, and number 6 was Episode 2. Today we'll be continuing with number 5, which is Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Now, one thing about this movie had a lot it had to do. This was the first Star Wars movie in 16 years, and there was a lot of hype riding on it. They really hyped this movie up. I remember when this movie came out. I was a senior in high school. Well, actually, not quite. I was in high school between my junior and senior year. There was a lot going on with this movie. A lot of hype. And a lot of people kind of had their ideas for what had happened before the original trilogy anyway, because we never thought we were getting another Star Wars movie. We thought we had the 3, that was it. So when Episode 1 actually got announced, we're like, and then everybody has always had kind of those ideas of what happened to lead to Episodes 4, 5, and 6. So this movie had a lot it had to live up to. And I think one of the reasons it's not looked at as as high regard as 2 or 3 to some people is just the fact that it let down some expectations. And don't get me wrong, it's not a perfect movie. I mean, it has Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks is awful. Let's get that out of the way now. Jar Jar Binks is awful. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. I hate Jar Jar Binks, and he's in this movie too much. However, this movie also has Brian Blessed, and I give bonus points to a movie that has Brian Blessed, because he's awesome. He plays the leader of the Gungan people, and he's amazing. I love Brian Blessed. But overall, I find this a very enjoyable movie. I do think there is an over-reliance on CGI, some of which has aged badly. The scene at the end when the Gungans are fighting on the meadow reminds me of the meadow that used to be the background on one of the windows. You know, the desktop? Yeah. I always think of that. I can't watch that movie without thinking of that at that part. Some of that CGI has aged badly. But I do like that of the prequels, this is the only one that was shot on film, so it can actually be converted to true 4K. Which is nice. So you can actually watch it in true 4K on Disney Plus, and I'm sure we will get that out in the Skywalker Saga collection soon. But a lot of good things about this movie. Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn is amazing. I love Qui-Gon Jinn in this movie. He's kind of a rogue Jedi. For me, Qui-Gon Jinn is what a Jedi should be. Because if there's one thing these Star Wars movies have convinced me of, sinuses. Is that while the Sith are a flawed, society, whatever you want to call them, culture, the Jedi are as well. The Jedi are definitely not perfect. It's not as easy as the Jedi are the good guys and the Sith are the bad guys. The Jedis have a very flawed system too, and that's why they fall. Whereas Qui-Gon, to me, seems more like what a Jedi should be. You know, that's the reason why he's not on the council, is he goes against the grain a lot. And to me, Qui-Gon is more in line for what I think a Jedi should be. So I really like that in him, that he kind of does his own thing, and he follows, his instincts and his gut intuition. And he does still offer good advice. And Liam Neeson's just great in this role. Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, great in this movie. It's nice to see an Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of in his youth prime, He's great. He's great in all 3 movies, but he's really good here. We really get to see him throw down back when he was really powerful in the day. That's nice. So we got that going on. We got Samuel L. Jackson as Mace, which I like. He doesn't really do a lot in this movie, but it's cool to know that he's there. I enjoyed that. It's nice seeing some of the other Jedi. It's good having a younger Yoda there, or sort of younger Yoda there. I think... what's his name? Jake Lloyd. I think he does fine as Anakin. I have no problems with his performance as Anakin. I think he does the best. With kid actors, it's really hard to do that. They don't have a lot of experience at that. But I think he did fine. I liked his Anakin. The pod racing sequence is fantastic. That's one of the better parts of the movie, I think. I love the pod racing scene, the way it's shot, the way it's edited together. I think that's one of the standout moments of the movie, is the pod racing scene. The scene at the beginning when the Jedi get attacked and they're fighting through all the droids, that's choreographed really well. I really enjoy that. When Qui-Gon's almost getting through the door and you see the Trade Federation guys, they're like, we're not going to survive this. It kind of lets you know just what a threat the Jedi were back in the day and how powerful they were and how intimidating they could be. Seeing them battle that. The choreography in this movie is really good. I still think the lightsaber battle at the end between Darth Maul and the two Jedi is the best lightsaber battle in Star Wars. I think it's the best choreographed Star Wars lightsaber battle in any of the movies. It's just so well done. It's nice when you have all three of them battling, and then it's nice when it's just Qui-Gon and Maul battling, and then it's nice when it's Obi-Wan and Maul battling. That whole part is done really well. Part of that's because Maul's great. Maul's great, one, as a character. I like Maul as a character. He just looks badass. I love that double-bladed staff of his. That's pretty cool. But, two, they got Ray Park to play him, an actual martial artist who knew what he was doing. So he's able to dance around and do all these cool tricks. Again, it's choreographed really well. And I actually like Ray as an actor and the stuff I've seen him in. I think he does a good job. He's a very physical actor. And I love that whole scene. I felt hurt when I saw Qui-Gon get stabbed. I was like, because you kind of know it's got to happen that Qui-Gon has to die or it doesn't make sense. But when it happens, you're still like, oh, no. And you see Obi-Wan very angry about it. And you see him come out of the gate swinging, which is pretty cool. Kind of seeing how events happen for him to take Anakin as his Padawan, which is kind of weird. You think they would give someone as dangerous to add Anakin to a Jedi who's more experienced at teaching Padawans, but there are some plot holes there that don't really make sense. It's nice to see Palpatine when he's younger here too, kind of just really working behind the shadows with his machinations, getting things placed where he wants. You see him younger as a senator. You're seeing how he manipulates events to get elected to chancellor. And it's always good to see Ian McDiarmid back. It's nice seeing him trying to pretend to be the good guy, or pretending to be the good guy, when we all know, having seen the later movies, that he's really the puppet master. And it's nice to see all of that in play. Also, I've got to give credit to Darth Maul as a character because he actually manages to kill Liam Neeson. Not many people can kill Liam Neeson. So that's done really well. Natalie Portman's fine in it. I know she was still, I think, pretty young at the time. She looked pretty young in the movie. She does a good job. Again, I don't really have a lot of problems. I really like, what's his name? Watto? I forget his name. I can't remember his name. The one that owns Anakin and Anakin's mom. I like him. I think CGI-wise, he's realized really well, and I actually think the effects on him hold up pretty well to this day. He's voiced well. He's animated well. He has a lot of facial expressions. I've always been really impressed with that. I think it does a good job of showing Anakin's bond with his mom and why that comes into play later to kind of lead him toward the dark side. I don't like him building C-3PO. I think that's just a way to shoehorn, because I really feel like the R2-D2 and C-3PO, as much as I love them, are shoehorned into this. C-3PO's shoehorning in works a little better, even if it does kind of contradict a couple things in the original trilogy. C-3PO's is just awful. I don't like the fact that Anakin built him. That's just... Come on, Lucas. Come on. So, while the movie does have some problems and flaws, overall, I think it's a good movie. It had so much it had to live up to, being the first movie to follow the original trilogy. And a lot of people are like, why is Darth Vader a kid? Why do we have this? Without actually, looking at the good points of the movie, like Liam Neeson's awesome, Ewan McGregor's awesome, Darth Maul and Ray Park are awesome. There's a lot of good in this movie. Anyway, that's mostly it. I enjoy the movie. I think it's good. It's got a lot of fun sequences in it. The CG is a little dated, but still the best lightsaber battle in all of Star Wars, in my opinion, especially in the movies at least. Don't forget to click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out my other channel. I'm really trying to push my other channel lately, Another Sci-Fi Guy. That's just what it's called. It's just called Another Sci-Fi Guy. where I post like there's a lot of sci-fi guy channels, but I'm another sci-fi guy. I review like Doctor Who stuff. I review Star Trek stuff. Matter of fact, I should have a review on the 1984 Dune movie Steelbook dropping soon if it hasn't already. And most importantly, thank you for watching.